The man awoke from unconsciousness to find, to his horror, a wild beast licking his face. He trembled with fear and quickly turned to look only to discover it was just an adorable little goat. Once certain he was safe, the man pulled off his goggles. When he saw where he was, he broke out in a cold sweat. On the steep cliff face, he was like an ant clinging to the rock. He was still more than 10 meters from the top, with an unfathomable abyss below. Looking up in despair, he saw his parachute tangled in a dead tree that looked ready to snap at any moment. With no time to lose, he immediately turned to save himself. This was a layer of soft mineral rock. Using the small knife from his chest and his shoes, he fashioned makeshift climbing boots. He then drew out 2 more small knives. Using momentum to turn, he plunged the knives into the cliff wall and began the arduous climb upward. Though difficult, the method was effective. But after climbing 5 or 6 meters, the knife couldn't bear his weight and suddenly snapped. He fell back to where he started. Worse still, the fragile dead tree began to crack. A matter of life and death. The man dug his toes into the cliff face, frantically sawing at the parachute cords with his small knife. Just as the dead tree plummeted, he finally severed the rope. However, survival was only temporary. The man clung to the cliff face, unable to do anything. Just when despair set in, he noticed the mountain goat seemed to be showing him something. Hope flickered to life again in his heart. He lunged forward, mimicking the goat's movements, and began climbing inch by inch. Soon he reached a small ledge, still 2 or 3 meters from the cliff top. But the rock face was impossibly steep, no human could scale it. Suddenly, the salt layer collapsed. In that critical moment, adrenaline surged through him. Instinctively, he spun around, stepped onto the goat's back, and leaped like a monkey to the top of the cliff. He couldn't believe he'd actually made it. But just as he was about to succeed, a fierce-looking ram approached and suddenly charged at him with force, nearly knocking him off the edge. No time for anger. The ram charged again. He quickly released his grip and grabbed the ram's horns, determined that if he died, they would go down together. Instead, it backed away, pulling him up to safety. Still shaken, the man stared at the ram in disbelief, unable to comprehend that this animal had saved his life. The man swore he would never eat mutton again.